Do you know a lot of long-lasting marriage peoples?
Ha, no.
Hi all, and welcome back to Tea and Taboos and this week's Viral Valentine's episode.
Why have you called it Viral Valentine, Tracy?
Well, I mean, really, we're in the middle of a viral pandemic.
I like that. The alliteration gives it more emphasis, definitely.
Well, 11 months in, I was looking for a Friday the 13th, and February this year doesn't have one.
We don't need bloody Valentine on Friday the 13th with everything we've already had in 2020.
The idea is, this isn't really well, it's like a Valentine's Day special, but it's Tea and Taboos. What would we be if we were giving you all lovey-dovey on the 14th? We just wouldn't work. What's been your worst Valentine's Day?
Okay, so what I'm sensing here, Trace, is that you've probably had some bad Valentine's Days.
Well, there's bad and there's bad, darling. I mean, bad funny or bad sad? Bad funny was a couple of years ago, just after we'd arrived in Canada. Mason just got a job, comes home from work, and he's got a bunch of flowers in his hand. He comes screaming through the door and he goes, "Happy VD Day!" Just hands me the flowers, VD, thanks, dear. Yeah, it's a good job you came home with flowers, mate. There was a really sad time that I got really scared and I was alone by myself Valentine's with a bottle of wine and a big box of chocolate flakes. And I was halfway through the wine, halfway through the chocolate flakes when I got this horrible telephone call saying, "I'm watching you." Sheesh, I was sober so damn quickly and everything was packed away. Curtains were closed. Yeah, that scared me. That was a scary Valentine.
No. Oh my God, did you ever find out who it was or what it was?
No, but I finished the chocolates.
Was it a prank call then, I guess? That would freak me out.
Yes, Valentine's, I suppose, is supposed to be all about love, but there's some really creepy dudes out there.
Yeah.
And some creepy chicks too, if I think about it.
Well, there's always sort of been these expectations to find love and to find security and to find a man. And that's been depicted, as tale as old as time in folklore and fairy tales. Sleeping Beauty is in her glass casket just waiting for her prince in shining armor to come and wake her up, and if he doesn't come and wake her up, well, then she's doomed for eternity. It's kind of dark that you need kind of like a man to save you. Like, if he had not come along, would she have just stayed there her whole life?
Well, exactly. And like Rapunzel letting her hair down so he can climb up it already, History or the books kind of like we're supposed to be this damsel in distress getting saved. But then you've got the likes of somebody like Miss Havisham in Great Expectations sitting around waiting for the love of her life to come along, and he left her at the altar because, what was it? Didn't Daddy pay him to go away or had him arrested or something? I don't know. All the old food catching cobwebs stuck on the table, and that's kind of sad too, And talking of love and marriage and sadness, do you want to know a little bit of history? White wedding dresses literally only came around for virgins when Queen Victoria got married. She set that trend. White apparently doesn't mean virginal wedding at all. And in the olden days in England, because they only bathed once a year, you know how the fashionable wedding day is in June? That's because their baths were in May. So we've got all these expectations and all these old traditions about getting married, but in the modern world, go on, you tell me, what's it like with friends getting married now?
I feel there can be a lot of pressure on people to get married, whether it be from the brides, whether it be from the grooms. Maybe the brides put a lot of pressure on the grooms because they have this ideal fantasy in their head of how much they want to spend on a wedding dress and their location, and everything has to be pristine and perfect. So there's a lot of financial matters that go into that. Like, weddings are not cheap. So I feel like these days it's almost like people want to get married just for the Instagram fame. Honestly, that's just my personal opinion. I feel younger people, particularly my generation, they tend to get married and it's all, wow, amazing, song and dance. Look at us, so young and fabulous in our wedding attire. And then most people I know get divorced like a year later. And it's just quite sad.
I mean, as you said, now they're getting married just to have the Instagram moments, and they're all complaining about the size of rings and stuff like that. And the statistics are for divorce that 1 in every 4 marriages ends in divorce. And you have to wonder whether this generation really want to get married after watching all these divorces going through. Now, as far as Valentine's go, we should not forget that there are some long-lasting marriages out there. My folks' marriage lasted for 57 years. I've got some friends who've been married since the 1980s and they're going on for like 29, 35 years of marriages. They're doing brilliantly well. Mine lasted 2 years. Actually, it lasted 6 weeks. I just took me that long to get a divorce. And on that note, what are you doing for Valentine's?
Oh gosh, I don't know. You know, I honestly feel that I'm a bit of a Scrooge whenever I come on these video chats with you, because I'm always like, oh, it's commercialism. I sound like the bloody Grinch half the time on here. But you know, I honestly do think it is that. There's probably a lot of pressure put on people in general, just because of Valentine's Day. It's so blown up, and it's like trying to find that, like, you know, you get the little heart cards and then one little heart piece matches the other, and it's like all twosomes, right? It's all coupley. So that probably makes some single people feel quite sad, like probably quite depressed. Maybe not all people, you know, there's people out there who are like, woo, single, self-love, I don't care. But like on those days, there's probably people who are like, oh, like, I wish I had someone to give a card to. And it probably does make some single people feel quite lonely. I don't really tend to buy into the whole Valentine's Day thing. Really, all I'm hoping to do for Valentine's Day is maybe me and my boyfriend will like have a nice meal together. Maybe I'll cook us one of our favorite meals, watch a movie, just like any other night, really. No change. It's just got a title on it. Put a glass of wine in there and make it a little bit more romantic, and a candle. But you know, no, nothing too crazy. So,
Well,
what about you?
What about me?
Any plans for you?
Well, we're a bit cheap outside. We call it frugal, but cheap it is. We don't like the expensive prices of flowers like on the Valentine's Day. So we'll buy them the day before or the day. Actually, the day after is better. They're much cheaper then. The day before, they double the price almost, you know. Get ahead of yourself.
Get them discounts.
Yeah, get them discounts. And if we're lucky, a good old Chinese takeaway. That's what we had the first night we met. Why not do it again?
It's what we all should be doing anyway, because it's bloody COVID. We should all be staying in. So we can't go out anyway. Restaurants are closed. You can go to a restaurant, you can sit on the pavement.
We're dining al fresco. Al pavement?
Al pavement. That's the Italian term, isn't it? Al pavamente.
Al pavamente.
Al pavamente. Well, shall we wrap it up there then, Trace?
Yeah. Happy V-Day, everyone. Bye, Alana.
Bye, Tracy.
That was fine.